Hello again. Now, I've got a guest in studio who's currently making a move into motivational speaking field, and his focal point is entrepreneurship, especially among the youth. And this is a very important topic currently in our country. Now, my guest is passionate about helping young people find their purpose in the business space, thus helping curb the country's unemployment rate and, of course, hopefully growing the economy as well. Julius Moloi started his business by selling his very first car, which eventually led to business of buying and selling second-hand cars that later gave birth to a property business. He's in studio with me. That's entrepreneur Julius Moloi. Welcome, Julius. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Brad, and thanks for having me.
So you sold your first car?
Yes, my own car, I sold it.
Yeah, so just tell me about that. I mean, what led, many people would not sell their first car for sentimental reasons, for whatever they might want to keep on it, but why did you do it?
I was working in the motor industry, so I got exposed to know exactly what goes into the setup within the motor industry. And you know, one day because we are salespeople, so we fight for deals. And in our fight for deals, one of the guys that I was working with says to me, so I took your deals. What are you going to do? Are you going to call the owner of the company? He's not here, he's overseas. You know, that thing disturbed me. I'm saying, I'm busy fighting for deals, and the owner of the company is sitting somewhere overseas. So it's at this time that I just quit my job.
So that inspired you to be a business person?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you do from then? Before we take, I mean, you've moved all the way to property, for example. And now you want to help young people in our country around entrepreneurship, which is very important. Just yesterday, the President in Parliament in the National Council of Provinces speaking about the importance of building entrepreneurs, developing entrepreneurs in our country. So what happens after you sell your first car?
Then I started. I sold one. I sold my car, looked for another cheaper one, sold it. You know, all of the extra money I was making, I was saving. Then I bought two. And then it was just something that I became accustomed to. Then I became a vehicle salesman, you know, but on a private setup. So I buy and sell, I buy and sell. And with the money that I could save, then I bought a cheaper in a house, then take it from there. And that's
and this is around Gauteng?
No, I come from Klerksdorp.
Klerksdorp?
Yes.
So that's in the northwest?
In the northwest.
Are you still based there?
No, I've got another house here in Gauteng now.
Okay. Your business is where today? Your property business is still in the northwest?
Yes, it's still in the northwest.
Still in the northwest.
Yes.
Okay. How have you found this road? Because each time I've spoken to young business people like yourselves, they always would raise the issue of access to capital.
Yeah.
But you went the route of trying to raise capital by yourself,
yes,
in a small way, building it on.
Yes.
But how was that route of access to capital?
I've never had finance from anybody. There's no bank that financed me. I think there were times that I got finance was on a different project completed together, which was government funded. My conviction is government should never be in the space of creating jobs or giving people money. It should just create a proper environment for business to flourish. And if that environment is there, people can employ themselves.
So what are the challenges that you had to deal with, and how did you manage to maneuver your way as you were building your own capital to build your business, both the car sales business and the property business?
Saving has been the biggest challenge, because if you don't have enough to eat, it's very difficult to save. So, and money, when you get money, you want to save it so that you can grow your business. And making the sacrifice to say, because I'm saving, I'm going to sleep with a less favorable dinner, you know, like bread and milk, so that at least I can invest tomorrow. And also, you know, but then having to cut off the responsibilities and demands from your extended family, bomalume and all of those, is difficult, because they think you've got money, why are you not contributing to the funeral? But you know that you're saving that money so that you can buy that extra car, invest in that.
How did you navigate that one? I'm very much interested in that one, because culturally it's a tough one, especially as a man.
Yes, it's very tough. You just have to bite the bullet and say, I'm sorry, and make a commitment to say, one time these people are going to see what I was investing in, and I'm going to
So that when I can, I'll be able to assist now in a better position.
like I am doing now. Yes,
That's beautiful. So, do you see entrepreneurship in our country being a way to deal with unemployment, especially of young people? I mean, the bulk of the numbers speak for themselves. The bulk of the people who are unemployed are young people, and half of them, if not more, of the young people who are unemployed are black women.
Yes. That should be the situation. Unfortunately, South Africa is leaning towards socialism, and a socialist state create a dependent.
Why do you say that?
Because look, how many people are on our social grant system? Let's start there. Why do you wake up in the morning and give people 350 rand?
You think a social welfare state is not conducive
It's not
environment for entrepreneurs,
No, there's
for
no-
building entrepreneurs?
Yes, and I feel that our country needs to do more to just prepare the environment for a budding entrepreneur to come through. That's it. We just want a workable environment.
What does that more look like? Just break it down for us.
1, reduce the bureaucracy on access to funding. 2, reduce the bureaucracy on access to resources. You know, I've got a very painful story. I wrote a business plan, submitted to government, got funding 2 times, and both the times the officials of government came to steal the money, you know. So I know
This was in the Northwest Province?
Yes, and I know that part, and I don't want to be part of that. That is why I say the best business is the one that you start and run yourself. Otherwise, going through these funding things, most of the time, they come back at night to take the money from your pockets, because they just use your business to get it out of the government coffers. Once it's in your hands, it's vulnerable. Then they will come and tell you, go buy this there, go buy there, and then then your business is gone.
Yeah, so those are some of the basics that you need to happen, that right environment, access to funding. What about upskilling? We hear about that South Africa does not have enough skills
Yes.
that the current economy requires or the market requires. As an entrepreneur, what are you seeing? Are you seeing young people wanting to upskill themselves? Did you have to upskill yourself?
Yes, I did. I'm a product of a learnership. That's where, because, you know, some of us, we were never very fortunate. So when you finish matric, your father looks at you like, mfethu, ndoda's bonel, you know. Then you have to, those opportunities were helpful. You got into a learnership, you get to learn a couple of things, and then like today, I'm an ETDP practitioner, you know. So I know the importance of people getting skills to be able to do things. So 100% upskilling is very important.
Yes, and now your plan, in my intro I said you are now venturing into motivational speaking.
Yes.
What has driven you into that? You are a businessman.
Yes, sir.
You're an entrepreneur, okay? And what has led you into the motivational space?
The pain of being a young black South African, and knowing that it's not easy to make it. You fight, you do a lot. And I think there's that young person that needs someone who can say to you, you can make it. Someone who can say, this is the way to go about it, you know. There's no point of writing your own Bob Marley song. If someone has gone through the journey, they can easily help you to get to the same place. And I think South African youth needs hope. They need to be motivated.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges today as you're speaking there. And when you mention the word hope, who should give hope? You are a leader. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're a business person, entrepreneur, but just for you to see the needs, that means you're a leader. You want things to be better. Our leaders nationally giving us hope or not? Giving young people hope or not?
No, they're not. Our leaders nationally, remember, we have still a lot of our leaders are coming from the struggle. So they came from hopelessness. They can't give hope. So it is us who were the post-apartheid youth that can say there's something better. You know, I've been there. The opportunities that were presented by government, I've used some of them, and it can happen for you, no matter what background you come from. But if you believe, here is Julius Moloi, look at me and motivate yourself that there is hope, it can happen for you.
Yeah, just a final question. We need to be ending now. With 2024 coming up, I need to ask you this, because in your journey, you've had some experience in politics as well. Today, you're standing as an entrepreneur, as a business person. With the 2024 general elections coming up, what would your message be to young South Africans who want to change the future of the country and build better prospects for themselves?
Be active in politics. Be functional. Make your voice heard. If you can't beat them, join them. Go into the places where they are and make your voice heard there, because there's no point that you refuse to vote, you don't want to register, and then you sit back and other people are deciding government policy for you, because the policy sets the environment. And if you don't want to be there to influence policy, still the next 10 years will still be sitting in the same problem.
Thank you very much. That's Julius Moloi. He's an entrepreneur from the Northwest, starting off in the second-hand car business, selling his first car. Over the years, he's ventured into property, but now he's looking at the lot of young South Africans, and he wants to motivate them and inspire them as he carries on with his work. Now, on today, shortly here, in this first hour of our Friday edition, we're going to hear about the city of Tshwane saying over 100